I try not to weigh in on the debates because they're useless. It's a senseless waste of time. But honestly, this needs to be said. Can we stop with the whole Michael Jordan versus LeBron James thing? It seems like immediately after the game ended, hell, actually just the entire finals, before and after every single game, everyone's talking about LeBron's legacy. Is he as good as Jordan? And all this other bullshit. And honestly, it needs to end because the list of accomplishments for both of those men is gigantic. And we could sit here for literally all day and never come to a consensus on this. Let's just agree that these are two of the best that have ever stepped foot on a basketball court. Can we at least agree that these are once in a lifetime type of players that we are lucky to get to witness? I wasn't alive to see Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. I was not alive for Dr. J. I saw the second half of MJ's career, but I was too young and ignorant to really appreciate the greatness on display in front of me. I'm lucky enough, I feel very blessed to have been able to witness LeBron's entire career. Not only the accomplishments, but his consistent evolutions. For 15 straight years, he has surprised me with how much he's accomplished. For 14 straight seasons, he keeps growing and improving himself. I remember as a rookie, I thought nothing of this guy. I thought he might be overrated. Boy, am I an idiot. He came straight out of high school, this 18-year-old, sure, incredibly tall, very athletic, but so raw, didn't have a jump shot, questions about his defense, shockingly, and yet every year, he keeps improving his range, he keeps improving his shooting percentages, his leadership has grown by leaps and bounds. There are, just like everyone in this current generation of NBA grew up watching Michael Jordan and wanting to be him. For the next 20, 30 years, everyone that comes into the NBA is going to be saying, oh yeah, I grew up watching LeBron James and loving him and wanting to be him. So can we stop trying to say one of them is better than the other? Let's just put both of them in the starting five. Okay, because no doubt, if both of these players are available, you're going to go after them. If you have a chance to start a franchise, either of these players would be a great cornerstone to build around. But let me say my own personal opinions. I've already told you I have limited exposure and knowledge compared to many of the others who are weighing in on this debate. Not only do I think LeBron James is one of the greatest to ever play basketball, he might be one of the best athletes to ever play in the game, period. I know he's only in his early 30s, because he did start very young, but still. He's at an age and an experience level where he's put his body through so much, you have to expect a natural decline. And yet he seems to keep improving, and I feel like he could still get better, which doesn't even seem possible. And you've still got people just asking, well, is he as good as MJ? First of all, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it. If the only negative thing you can say about a player is that, oh, he's not as good as MJ, he must be a pretty fucking amazing player. Secondly, too much emphasis is placed on the championships. Because even MJ will tell you he couldn't have done it without his team. Every championship that he won was without was his fellow Hall of Fame teammate, Scottie Pippen. Playing with a guy like Steve Kerr, playing under a guy like Phil Jackson. It's just LeBron has never had a coach like Phil Jackson. Okay, and when you look at the championships LeBron has, it was when he teamed up with fellow Hall of Famers like Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving. It was when he had a player like Ray Allen making clutch shots. Just like if you take Steve Kerr, he has been a key part of every championship that he's been on. It's not just luck because he was playing with one of the greatest. If you take away Steve Kerr, the Bulls lose one of their championships. He made a lot of clutch plays. You take him away, the Spurs lose one of their championships because of his clutch playmaking. You take away Ray Allen, LeBron might not have a single championship in Miami. Honestly. It's just, you look at the team he has right now. The Warriors, they're supposed to dominate. They've got two guaranteed Hall of Famers in Curry and Durant. I think Klay Thompson deserves to go in. We'll see how the rest of his career turns out. Draymond Green, arguable. Not sure at this point, but it's all the case can be made. Now, a Hall of Fame coach in Steve Kerr. And look at LeBron. No offense to Tyronn Lue, but he doesn't have anywhere near the resume of guys like a Jackson or a Popovich or a Kerr. He's still, we have yet to be determined what his legacy will be yet. And you look at the roster he has. I mean, Kevin Love's not getting those consistent 20-20 games like he was in his prime down in Minnesota. They lost the consistent playmaking of a Kyrie that takes a whole lot of pressure off LeBron. George Hill has played well for this team, but I've watched George Hill his entire career. He was drafted by the Spurs. We drafted him to be a backup, and he's kind of playing like a backup right now. He'll step up now and then, and he'll make a few big plays, but he's not consistently drawing that attention away from LeBron. He's not consistently being a leader. He's not consistently scoring 20 points or leading his team in assists. LeBron, it's not LeBron versus the Warriors. It feels like it, but LeBron did not get swept by the Warriors. The Cavs got swept by the Warriors. And LeBron, what else can you expect this guy to do? He is breaking records just to give his team a shot. And then George Hill misses a free throw. And then J.R. Smith with his bumbling idiocy. And then they go into overtime and can't get stops, can't make shots. I mean, you can't put all of that on LeBron and say that, he's a loser because he can't win championships. No, the team can't win. What else can you expect LeBron to do? You expect him to get a quintuple-double? Because that's about what it would take for him to win this game all on his own. Because right now, look at what he's doing. 30, 40 points, game one, 50 points, double-digit rebounds, double-digit assists, still managed to lose in overtime. What else can the guy do? Honestly, you cannot put this loss on LeBron. You really just can't. Because, like I said, it took a godlike effort just to get them to the finals. You put any other player in the league right now, even KD, second straight finals MVP. I respect the guy a lot. He's a natural scorer. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but he doesn't have the total all-around game like LeBron has. And you put him in the exact same position that LeBron is in, guess what? The Warriors sweep all four of the playoff rounds, whereas KD cannot leave the Cavs out of the first round, much less the second. Damn sure aren't getting past Boston. It's just look. It's frustrating. I respect almost every single player that comes into the NBA just for the mere fact that it takes a lot of talent and a lot of effort to get there. But what LeBron is doing is on a whole nother level. And I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, if you can't win, it means nothing. I understand that feeling. I understand that mindset. But winning is about the team, not the individual. Even a guy like Tim Duncan, who has 5 championships, 2 of those you have Tony Parker winning Finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard winning Finals MVP. 2 of those came with David Robinson, the Admiral there, first ballot Hall of Famer. Veterans like Steve Kerr, Michael Finley, Brent Barry, who are willing to take reduced roles and all that. Robert Horry, guys, veterans who were able to come up clutch in the biggest moment. And of course, Hall of Famers in Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili for 4 of those championships. You can't put it all on LeBron. If LeBron wins, I don't think it helps his legacy, just like LeBron losing doesn't hurt his legacy. Because LeBron, by this point in time, if you don't already consider him the best, it's because you just don't, either you don't understand basketball or you just a hater. That's my opinion. I just think LeBron deserves as much recognition as we can possibly give him. You cannot deny that this is the pinnacle of skill. at this league has never seen a guy like him and might never see another guy quite like him. It's not just about the physical abilities, but mentally the way he sees the court, the way he's able to literally carry a team. There are very few players who can really put a team on their back like LeBron has. He like I said, he's breaking fucking records just to give them a shot at winning throughout the entire playoffs, throughout the entire season, in his 15th year, no less. I mean, honestly, what more do you want from this guy?